Friday Reads, where we help you find your next read. I'm Jill.
And I'm Julie, and today for Friday Reads, we're actually doing Friday Views. We're going to bring up some holiday movies that you might be aware the library has, or you might not. And as an alternative to streaming, you can come in and check out a video. So, Jill, what's your first holiday pick?
In honor of Thanksgiving next week, I've got Planes, Trains, and Automobiles here from 1987. Neil Page is an advertising executive who just wants to fly home to Chicago to spend Thanksgiving with his family. But all Neil Page gets is misery. Misery named Del Griffith, the loudmouth but nevertheless lovable shower curtain salesman who leads Neil on a cross-country wild goose chase that keeps Neil from tasting his turkey. And I think this is worth watching because of the car scene when they're driving this car. It's so ridiculous. It's so funny. This stars Steve Martin and John Candy as guys who make the worst of a bad situation. So, if you're traveling for the holidays, this might be the one for you.
You said that's a tradition for you guys to watch at Thanksgiving. My first pick is kind of a classic story. It's A Christmas Story from 1983, and this is actually based on the book In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash by Gene Shepard. The book came out in the 60s and was a collection of short stories. In the movie, it's the 1940s, and a young boy named Ralphie Parker attempts to convince his parents, his teacher, and Santa Claus that a Red Ryder 200-shot carbine action air rifle is the perfect Christmas gift. But when a gruff dad and a doting mom regularly respond with the classic line, "You'll shoot your eye out," Ralphie mounts a full-scale Santa-begging campaign. He encounters a slew of calamities, from snowsuit paralysis to the dreaded tongue stuck on a frozen flagpole. We triple dog dare you to unwrap a more welcome Yuletide classic. So check out A Christmas Story.
Triple dog dare you. That's a classic too. You gotta watch that. And I don't know where you find it on streaming. Some of these are easy to find, some of them are not. So they're here. And if you're not in our library, you can put them on hold at InfoSoup. This is my next one. It's the Santa Claus. This is 3 movies in one because there was 3 Santa Claus movies. I think there was more when I looked it up. These are the main ones. This has got Santa Claus, which was released in 1994, the original, the Santa Claus 2, which was released in 2002, and the Santa Claus 3, the Escape Clause, which was released in 2006. Christmas gets a little nuttier when Scott Calvin, starring Tim Allen, unknowingly inherits the role of legendary Saint Nick. His ordinary life snowballs into a hysterical series of crazy events as he fills out the Santa suit, meets Mrs. Claus, and faces his ultimate test against the mischievous Jack Frost. I think this movie's funny because, like, when he figures out he doesn't know what's going on at first. He's just getting fatter and getting beard and stuff. It's great.
He has no clue he's turning into Santa Claus. My second pick is one of my favorite movies to watch at the holidays, and it is The Holiday from 2006. Dumped and depressed English Rose Iris agrees to swap homes with similarly unlucky in love Californian Amanda for a much-needed break. Iris finds herself in a palatial Hollywood mansion, while Amanda navigates the lanes of a picture-perfect English village. That's the part I like. Soon enough, both lovelorn ladies bump into local lads, perfect for a romantic pickup. This movie is by Nancy Meyers, who is the director of Something's Gotta Give and What Women Want. And my favorite part of the movie is Iris' relationship when she's in California with her neighbor, the screenwriter Arthur, played by Eli Wallach. That's my favorite part of the whole thing. You can see who stars in it. It's Cameron Diaz, Kate Winslet, Jude Law, and Jack Black. The Holiday.
Great cast. Great choice. I think this is my actual favorite Christmas movie. Love Actually. There's no Christmas in the title, but look at that big bow.
It's one of our favorites every holiday, too.
It's the ultimate romantic comedy from the makers of Bridget Jones' Diary and Notting Hill, which I agree, it does definitely have elements of those. This funny, irresistible, and heartwarming classic will take you on a breathtaking tour of love's delightful twists and turns. Love Actually follows the lives of 8 very different couples dealing with their love lives in various loosely interrelated tales, all set during the frantic month before Christmas in London, England. Stars Emma Thompson, Colin Firth, Liam Neeson, Hugh Grant, Andrew Lincoln, and late Alan Rickman, who played Snape. Severus Snape. He's in this too, and like one of my favorite. Well, I can't say favorite, but you all know this one from the famous dance that Hugh Grant does, through the governor's office. This is great.
Always on our rotation at the holidays. My third pick, White Christmas from 1954. Bob Wallace and Phil Davis, two Army buddies, become top-notch musical comedy team after the war and now are the toast of Broadway. While on the road in Florida, the stars become involved with two aspiring singers, the sister act of Betty and Judy. Despite some romantic complications between the couples, everything ends on a happy note when Christmas Eve brings rave reviews for the show and much-needed snowfall. This movie is a treasure trove of Irving Berlin's most memorable Christmas songs, among them Sisters, Count Your Blessings Instead of Sheep, and of course, White Christmas. So you can see Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye on the cover there.
Bing Crosby. Talk about classic Christmas right there. I don't think I've ever watched that.
Oh gosh, maybe you should take that one this year.
So my next one is The Family Stone. This was released in 2005. This is a favorite one, and this is worth watching because the late, great Diane Keaton is in it. Corporate executive Meredith Morton, played by Sarah Jessica Parker, is as uptight and ultra-conservative as her pinstripe designer suit. Her boyfriend Everett Stone, played by Dermot Mulroney, and his family are relaxed and quirky as their aging New England colonial. So when Meredith ventures out of Manhattan to meet Everett's clan, it's no wonder her arrival is met with all the enthusiasm of a nasty nor'easter. But one surprising guest, two shocking romances, and several beers later, Meredith's icy exterior begins to thaw, and she just may melt the hearts of the family stone. This movie stars Sarah Jessica Parker, Dermot Mulroney, Claire Danes, Diane Keaton, Craig T. Nelson, and Luke Wilson. So, quite a crew there.
I have not seen that one.
It's a good one.
Next pick is Christmas with the Cranks from 2004. Finally alone for the holidays, Luther and Nora Crank plan to eschew the Christmas traditions and take a cruise in the Caribbean instead. This doesn't sit well with their Christmas-obsessed neighbors Vic Vromeyer, played by Dan Aykroyd, and Walt Shield, played by M. Emmett Walsh, who are determined to win the annual Best Decorated Street competition, and the Cranks soon find themselves social outcasts because of their lack of Christmas spirit. When daughter Blair calls on Christmas Eve to announce a surprise visit with her new fiancé, they have 12 hours to perform a Christmas miracle and pull themselves and their neighbors together to throw the best celebration ever. The couple in this is Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis, so it's got a good cast. And this is actually based on the book Skipping Christmas by John Grisham, which is one of my favorite books to read at the holidays. It's a quick read and it's funny, so...
And
Christmas
that was a
with
great
the Cranks.
scene too. The whole Santa's on the roof.
Frosty
thing.
on the roof. Frosty.
It's great. So this is a classic, but it's not the original. The original was in 1947. This is Miracle on 34th Street, the 1994 version, a John Hughes version. And I'm a John Hughes movie kind of girl, so this was my choice. In this update on the 1947 classic, 6-year-old Susan has doubts about childhood's most enduring miracle, Santa Claus. But after meeting a special department store Santa, who's convinced he's the real thing, Susan is given the most precious gift of all, something to believe in. Starring Richard Attenborough, Elizabeth Perkins, and Dylan McDermott. So, Miracle on 34th Street.
I like the original with Natalie Wood as a small child. My last one comes from our Hallmark collection. I think most of you know we also have a section of Hallmark movies for all the seasons, but we have a lot in the Christmas for that. And this is Christmas Under Wraps, and this is from 2014. It's a movie about an ambitious surgeon, Dr. Lauren Brunel, who takes a temporary job in Garland, Alaska, after her career plans fall through. While there, she becomes charmed by the small town, its festive spirit, and a local handyman named Andy, and uncovers a secret about his father's shipping business that is tied to a magical holiday surprise. A life-changing decision. Lauren must make a major decision as she learns the truth behind the secret, which will force her to choose between the life she planned and the new one she has found. This one stars Candace Cameron Bure, Robert Pine, and Brian Doyle Murray. So, Christmas Under Wraps from the Hallmark collection.
You don't even need a Hallmark channel on your TV or anything. You can always, all these movies are available just with your library card.
And I was realized I wore my Griswold's Tree Farm and neither of us picked
Neither of us
Christmas
picked it.
Vacation.
That's a standard. You know how to get that one, right?
So, what the heck? Well, we hope we gave you some ideas of some holiday movies to grab as the holidays are coming up fast. You can find our videos on our Facebook page, the Kimberly Public Library YouTube channel, and the Kimberly Waverly Public Library website. And we're going to take a break next week because it's Thanksgiving. So we wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. And then Jill and I will be back with some holiday reads to go along with Friday reads. So till next time, movies.